What's up, YouTube? This is Cedric the Pilot. Welcome to his first video. He doesn't know how to do an intro, so I'm helping him. Cedric, where are you from and flying out of?
I'm actually not gonna do this. Thank you, though. That was a very good idea. Hey, what's up, friends, pilots, and potential future pilots? My name is Cedric, and welcome to my very first flight vlog. Now, I know what you're thinking. I'm not currently flying, but we are gonna get to that in a minute. The first thing I want to go over is just kind of an introduction to who am I and what this channel is going to be. So obviously, as I just said, my name is Cedric. I'm currently flying out of Manassas, Virginia, and I would like to talk about a little bit about how I got interested in flying. I've always kind of been interested in flying since I was a little kid. I love to fly. I love to travel, and I have a friend. His name is Michael. We served together in the Marine Corps, and he talked about getting his pilot license so that he could fly kind of contract stuff with the military. And for the last couple years or so, we've been talking about getting our pilot's license. And now that I'm transitioning out of the Marine Corps and getting kind of used to my schedule, and now that I have the money, I am working on getting my private pilot's license. And so this channel is pretty much here to document that process, show everything that's going on. And I definitely wanted it to help those who may be just starting out their journey to their private license, so that they can see, kind of each lesson, what I'm doing, what it looks like, and what it might be for them when they start. I also would like help from the general aviation community. I'm posting these videos as kind of opening myself up to critiques and to see where I'm going wrong, and to show everyone what I'm doing wrong, and to get help so that as I'm going on in my journey, hopefully in the comments I can get some feedback and some help correcting some deficiencies before I get into the plane for the next time. And I'm going to be looking down a lot because my script is over here, and that's just poor setup on my part, and I will get used to that. So some ideas for this channel for now are going to be generally flight lesson vlogs throughout my time trying to get my private pilot license. I'm going to be hopefully trying to teach a few things, because I truly believe that the best way to learn things is to teach. So obviously I'm not going to teach anything in the plane, but maybe going through some of the ground stuff and some of the theoretical type stuff, so that I can really wrap my head around it even more. And again, that will open it up to anything that I don't have down all the way. People in the comments can hopefully help me out and point me in the right direction. Another couple ideas is I want to hopefully someday buy a plane and be able to vlog some of the trips, some of the journeys. I see there's a lot of that in the general aviation community right now, so I'm definitely going to try to fly to some cool places someday and record those and get those up. Well, now let's get into some of the flying. And my first flying lesson was definitely an experience. One thing that surprised me about the plane is that they are easier to control than I thought, and harder at the same time. And what I mean by that is the controls are super sensitive, but they don't react in your instruments like right away. So you can do something, but it doesn't reflect in your instruments until later on. And that definitely threw me off a bit. Taxiing was so much harder than I thought. I thought it would be pretty easy to just stay on the lines, and not only staying on the line, but controlling the speed is a lot harder than I thought. And I don't know if that's because I need less throttle or if I need to be on the brakes more, but I definitely, and you'll probably hear it, definitely during my taxiing, I'm kind of just letting it roll, and I'm just gaining momentum the whole time. And eventually the instructor gets pretty upset, and he's, well, not upset, but he's telling me to slow down a lot. And another thing that I definitely struggled with was looking inside the plane. I pretty much, for my first flight, did not look outside the plane at all. I was pretty much focused on altitude, airspeed, vertical, vertical speed indicator, all that, pretty much the entire time. I almost didn't look outside at all, just because I was trying so hard to keep constant airspeed, or not turning, or not climbing or descending, and it's pretty hard to keep your focus outside when everything that's telling you is inside. And I understand that you have the horizon and obviously your VFR, so you're supposed to be using your visual and the horizon and the outside as your reference, but it's definitely a lot harder than I would have thought it would have been. So I'm still working on that. I'm currently working on going on my third flight. So in my second flight, which there will be a video up for eventually, started to work on it more, and hopefully as I go on I'll be able to be outside and then just scan inside. But I don't understand how people can scan all those instruments so fast. One last thing before I just let the video play. I'm still experimenting with some of the camera angles. The plane is a rental from the school, so I'm not allowed to put any adhesive or any mounts like that up. So particularly the top mount, so that you can see the outside, is pretty hard, and so I'll be working on that throughout the next few videos. Hopefully I'll be able to get it down and to really understand, or to really find a good position, and to be able to like provide the best field of view for outside the plane. But yeah, that's everything that I have, so I appreciate you taking the time to watch my video. You know, if you know how to fly a plane and you're a pilot, definitely include some comments about what I could do wrong, what I could be doing wrong, and stick with me, and hopefully we'll go through this whole journey together. All right, thank you.
How do you read me?
I have you loud and clear.
I hear you loud and clear as well. So throttle 1000, fuel pump comes off, turn your fuel pump off. Okay, it's off. So our mixture, we're gonna lean a little bit for ground. The engines get hot and they don't burn off all of the gas in a cylinder. So about there is gonna be okay. Fuel pressure check. We got good fuel pressure.
Traffic at 4538 over the midfield, joining left down.
30, and our avionics are on, and they are on. Okay, there's 3010, there's 3012, 3014. Each one of these little tick marks is a 2. And this is close to 192. 192 happens to be field elevation. We're within 75 feet, so we are good to fly. Let's follow this line and turn to the right. So right pedal, right brake. This tells us how fast we're going. So let's follow this line. Let's slow down. Let's slow down. We're going too fast. We're going to need both brakes. Slow down.
Do I add less power?
No. So less power to slow down, but you're going to have brakes to slow down. So think of this as your gas. I usually don't go below 1,000 RPMs unless I absolutely need to. But if you need to slow down like now, then you're going to have to turn around on both brakes. Get back on the center line here. So I got flight controls. I want to show you what this is supposed to look like. I'm going to show you where center line is. So you see this sight picture here? You see where that line is, where it's going in reference to the panel in your body?
Yep.
Okay, that's pretty close to center line.
Okay.
All right, so memorize that sight picture. Okay, you have flight controls?
Have flight controls?
You have flight controls.
Both the brakes and the,
So I'll steer with the rudder. I'll steer with the rudder pedal, and then only use brake if I need it. All right, so I'm going to help you out here. We're going to go to the left. I'm going to slow down. You're going to need to put the microphone a little closer to your mouth. Okay, you're going to go over here, then we're going to go to the right. I want to get over here in this back corner. So I give a little bit of rudder pedal. If that's not enough, then I give a little brake. I want to go straight a little bit. I want to get over in this corner, so I'm good neighbors to anybody else that might come in here, and I want to point down the runway. Or down into the wind is what I'm trying to do. So
yep.
All right,
we're going over there.
Come to a stop. Set your park brake. All right, that's good. Park brake is set. Now we can do a run up. Trim set for takeoff. It is here. So here's our wheel. This right here is going to go to the neutral. Okay.
Where's the neutral?
You see the end?
Okay, yep.
This is down, neutral, and nose up.
Okay.
And I'll help you with the trim as we go. Engine instruments, gas, pressure, gas, positive amps, good temperature, good pressure. All right, turn our fuel pump on. So we're above 75 degrees. 75 degrees or warmer, we can do a run up. If it's below 75 degrees, we can't do a run up till we get temperature in it, okay?
Okay.
All right, mixture best power, so the mixture goes full forward. All right, make sure your feet are on the brakes. And then we're going to gradually roll the power up to 2,000 RPMs. Vacuum check, so we're close to 5. That's a good check. And happy, happy, happy. Good amps, good temperature, good pressure. Engine's happy. We're making RPMs. EGTs are happy. They're not crazy hot. And throttle back to 1,000. Okay, circuit breakers are in. The friction adjust is, I like where it's at. And our rudder trim is happy. We don't need to do anything with the rudder trim. Pre-takeoff flaps is required. We're going to do 0. Windows and doors are closed, so we can close that window. I'm going to leave my door open till we get over here to the runway. Trim set for takeoff. It is. Transponder, ADSB, it's squawking our tail number, 4636. We double check it is. We're on altitude. Radios are set. All right, turn our landing light on.
Landing light on.
Okay, directional gyro to the compass. It's close enough, so you have to push and turn. To adjust it to this, it's about 1.5. It's about 1.5. All right,
okay.
We're happy. Our abort plan. If we lose power on the runway, we're going to just come to a stop. Pretty obvious. If we lose power after we rotate, we're committed to flying, and we're going to fly straight ahead, pitch for best glide, which is 80 miles an hour. And fly straight ahead, look for a place to land. There's some sod fields over here to the right. That's probably where we're going to end up. If we're above 700 feet, I'm going to make a left-hand turn and try to land on a parallel runway or the taxiway.
Okay.
And if we have a real problem, I will take controls, full controls. I'm going to be with you on the controls on everything here. On the ground, we steer with the feet. Once we're off the ground, this doesn't steer us. All the rudders do is keep this ball center. If the ball's to the right, we need to give right pedal. If it's to the left, give left pedal. This is going to be neutral while we're going down the runway. When I say rotate, we're going to rotate at 55 knots, or 55 miles an hour. We're going to climb out at 85. Climb out at 85, and we're going to rotate somewhere around 55. 55 doesn't mean we're going to take off at 55. We're just going to start the process of pulling the yoke back.
Okay.
Once the nose comes off, you might have to ease a little back pressure to keep it from just over-rotating. Okay? I'll be with you on the controls on that.
Okay.
All right? Okay, all right. Take park brake off. So we're on a climb out. We're going to climb to 900 feet. Right now, we're at 192, which is 200 here. We're going to climb to 900 before we make our turn out. Okay? All right, a little bit of power. We're going to go straight ahead, and then we're going to turn left. All right, let's go left. Slow down, slow down, slow down. We're going to go left here. And there's this funny line here in front of us called the hold short line. This right here tells us we're at alpha, 1.6 right. We're at the very end of the runway. So get that power back to 1,000. So always think about like in your car. You always pull the power back before you start to slow down, correct? Take your foot off the gas. Carter 41209er is taking off at 1.6 right with a departure to the west. Manassas. Okay, nobody's on final, so let's go. And then we're going to go. This, like I said, this will be kind of a short flight. So let's just go straight. We're going to use all available runway. Be in the habit of doing that. Oh, not all the way, just right here, just like that. And turn right. 20 down the runway. There's 16 right. That's the runway we said. We're nice and straight and even. Okay, feet off the brakes.
Feet off the brakes.
Left hand on the yoke. Yeah, right hand on the throttle. Gradually roll on power. Nice and smooth and quick. Not real fast. Go all the way. Going to need lots of right rudder. The plane's going to go to the left. So right rudder to keep it on center line. Airspeed's alive. Engine is green. Right rudder, just keep it there. There's 55. Let's start pulling the nose back a little bit. She'll fly off the ground when she's ready. Just like that. And we're flying. That easy. Okay, let's get the nose down to about 85. We're happy right there. And lower right rudder, keep that ball centered. And we're flying. How you feel?
It's fun.
So
It's weird to not be able to see anything though.
Oh, I can see a lot of stuff over here. We'll go ahead and switch to baton. Alright, let's make a right hand turn. Nice, gentle right hand turn. About 20 degrees of bank, and 20 degrees of bank is about right there. So just enough rudder to keep that ball centered. Gotta keep that nose back. Potomac departure, Archer 41209's off Manassas at 1009 for 2003.
41209, Potomac approach, transponder observed, proceed on course, remain outside of class Bravo.
Alright, on course outside of Bravo 41209. Okay, so we're flying around, pitch, okay, stop return. Gonna stay just like that. So pitch is gonna control our speed. Power is gonna control our altitude.
Okay.
So we're gonna fly right here, about 270 for now. Stop return. Do you see your artificial horizon?
Yep. That's crazy how much you can see up here.
Our pump's coming off. Our landing light is coming off. Engine instruments are in the green. Let's turn right to 270. Actually, let's turn right. Yeah, that's 280. So shallow turn like that right there. Off. So this tells us we're level. This tells us when we're 0. This tells us we're not climbing at all. So we got to get the nose down a little bit more. Okay, a little bit more, about right there. Then I got to sit here and hold this.
Okay.
Pull my power back to about 22, so we're not going crazy fast. Stop return. This tells us we got a low rate of descent. Now you see how you're having to push the yoke? So it means we got to trim it nose down. So I'm going to take this wheel. I'm going to move it about that far. I'm going to let go and see what it does. So let go and see what the yoke does. So got a little climb going. So push it back down and get it to 0. Another little notch. And then let it go, and we just make teeny tiny adjustments to see what it's going to do. That's it. And then once we're level and we got it trimmed out, we make small pitch changes for small altitude changes. If I may need to make a big change, then I got to turn around and add a lot of power, or take power out.
I'm a little off.
Okay, that's okay. We're not worried about precision today. We're just getting used to doing this. And fuel's on the proper tank.
Number 209 outside the SFRA, squawk VFR, frequency change approved.
MO, actually I got the flight controls.
Yeah, flight controls?
I have flight controls. So I'm just gonna see how we are on the trim. Something else to think about here. So we got left turning tendencies. So I want to climb here at a lower airspeed. I'm gonna keep my feet off the rudder pedals. I'm gonna do this somewhere around 90 miles, or about 80 knots, okay? Watch that ball go to the right. You see it's going to the right? So I got left turning tendencies. It's making a plane want to go to the left. And I start to make a turn to the left. And I I gotta have a little bit of right, a lot more right rudder to get this thing, and my climb rate will increase.
And keep your...
Okay, and I want to turn to the right. I'm not gonna need as much right rudder to the right. We're not gonna go in the clouds. Okay, I'm gonna level us off here.
It's crazy how much stuff you have to look at.
A lot of stuff going on when you're flying around.
I haven't even thought about like looking outside.
Then we're gonna start working our way back to Manassas. Because like I said, we gotta cut this a little short.
Down.
At the Culpeper Regional Airport in front of us.
Where is that?
Culpeper, right in front of us. You see it? Airport here. That's Culpeper.
Information Sierra is now.
Oh, I know.
All right, let's make our right-hand turn.
Is this this is 3,000, right?
This is 3, so we got about another 1,000 to go.
No,
So let's just keep our RPM about where it's at right here, right now.
You guys want to go up to 10,000 full
And we can pitch a little bit so we can don't come screaming down, because we're going to get that big, having to equalize your ears. We get the nose down a little bit, because now we stopped our descent.
What am I turning to?
I'll tell you when to stop.
Okay.
Small change on the pitch. Just hold that pitch.
Stock on 2673, turn 10 degrees left short vector traffic.
Go about 090 on our heading.
Number 4 pop out.
06, I'm sorry, 06, we'll stop our turn now. Right on 2,000, and then go ahead and roll your power back to about 2,200 RPMs. Potomac approach, Archer 41209 is off of Manassas, or Warrenton inbound to Manassas.
209, transponder observed, proceed on course, remain outside of class Bravo.
Outside the Bravo on course 41209. We're at 1,008. I want to be at 2,000. So we're going to leave our power alone. Actually, I'm going to help you out here a little bit. So just
Like 237, good afternoon. Contact Harrisburg
a little bit of power.
124.1. Yep.
So can you see how our wings level here?
Yep.
All right, there's our power, there's our altitude. All I want you to do is stop your rated descent. And once our altitude, anytime the plane turns, it wants to lose altitude. So we have to have a little bit of back pressure in the turn. All right, small changes. And now we got it leveled, so we'll add a little back pressure to stop it. Potomac approach, Archer 41209 has Manassas in sight.
41209, no observed traffic in the pattern. Remain on your assigned transponder code till you land. Change advisor frequency approved.
On code, and over to Manassas 41209. Have a good day.
Thanks.
Now we're going to start a descent, so I'm going to walk you through this, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Just going to get the power down to right about here. Go ahead and turn the carb heat on. I want to pitch just a little bit, teeny tiny amount. Okay, I want to descend, but I also want to slow down.
Okay.
So I'm in flap speed range. I want to trim a little bit for that speed. Okay, eventually I want to be at about 95, so we're a little on the fast side. All right, now I'm in flap speed range. You see that white arc on the airspeed indicator where the airspeed is on? Okay, so let's let that nose come downhill. We're just getting passed by a jet right there. Stop for turn. Take some more power out here. So the power is going to give our rate of descent. Got to let that nose come downhill. Don't want to get too slow. Okay, I'm going to do 1 notch of flaps. Just not turn. I'm going to fly nice and square, just like this. Okay, so I'm going to let that nose down a little bit.
I want to be on 070.
Yep, so now we're outside. Visual reference is outside. So the runway's out here, and we are 90 degrees on the runway. Okay, I'll get that nose down to about 95 miles an hour. Outside ring is miles an hour. So we're nice and stabilized. 1,200 feet. About 2.5. National Traffic Archer 41209, about a 2-mile right base for 16 right. Need a little bit of power, just a little. Get that nose down. So pitch the speed, powers are rated descent. We'll be at 95, so I got flight controls for a second.
You have flight controls?
I want to make sure we're trimmed out. Yeah, because I want to let go and see this thing somewhere around 95.
And that's the runway, right?
Correct. So I had a little bit of power. Okay, I want you on the controls now.
My controls?
Your flight controls. Let's go another notch of flaps. Gotta push that nose down because the nose wants to balloon up. So push it down and we'll slow down to about 85 miles an hour. Nobody's on funnel. Nose come down a little bit, a little less power. Let's turn to the right. Manassas Traffic, Archer 41209 is turning final 416 right. Manassas Traffic. Okay, gonna line up on the short runway. And you see those 2 white lights on the left. I want to see a white light and a red light. Okay, so that means we're a little high.
Manassas Traffic, Challenger Jet, 8-mile final for runway 16 left, Manassas.
Okay, I want you on the controls. I'm just going to help you out here. 85, a little high, that's okay. I'm going to go full flaps. That should slow us down to about 75. We're going to hold on right here at 80. Okay, so we're going to pitch for speed. So I'm going to glue the numbers on the windscreen, okay?
Yep.
Not going to let them move, left, right, up, or down. I'm just going to fly it like I'm going to fly to those numbers. Right, a little high, I can live with a little bit of high. Okay, if the numbers go up, it means I got to pitch the nose up. If I pitch the nose up, I got to look at my airspeed, make sure I don't get slow. If I get slow, I'm going to have to add a little bit of power.
What do you want to be at? You said 75?
75, but 80 is a little fast. We can live with a little bit of fast right now, okay? There's a 1 red, 1 right, so we're right on. So just keep driving it to the numbers, drive it to the numbers, a little less power, because we're a little fast. Okay, get to the numbers, it gets really big, really fast about here. Power to idle. Look down the runway. Don't let it land.
Manassas Traffic, Challenger Jet, 5-mile final, runway 16 left, Manassas.
Don't let it land. There's the attitude. See the wheels touch down nice and soft. Keep gradually easing the yoke back. Now I can shift my feet up to the brakes. Light braking. Pitching, using some aerodynamic braking. Putting that big elevator out there to slow us down. It's a big air brake. We can slow down, slow down, slow down, get our braking done before we turn. Now we can turn, open the door. We don't have AC. There we go. Manassas Traffic, Archer 41209, cleared runway 16 right. Manassas Traffic. Okay, come to a stop because we're past the hold short line. Now we can come back neutral with this, and we do after landing. Flaps are up.
Manassas Traffic, Challenger Jet.
So push the lever down.
Runway 16
go.
left, Manassas.
Fuel pump is off.
Fuel pump off.
Turn our landing light off.
Landing light off.
Let's lean this, probably about to where my fingers at. About there is good enough. Trim set for takeoff, so move this to where it is on the end. Other way. That's it. Okay, so we can taxi. We don't have to have permission because we're the only ones out here. A little bit of power, and we're going to go to the right and go park this thing. So what do you think about the flight?
That was fun. It was so much to try to keep in your mind. Like when I'm focusing on one, I stop like looking at the other one, and I'm like climbing, and I didn't even know it.
So flying's multitasking.
Yeah, definitely a lot of it.
You're scanning. You're doing a lot of stuff. So pull the power back just a little bit. And you got to make small adjustments because you can relax on the controls. People tend to over control.
Yeah, I think that's what I was like kind of pulling it back towards me a lot.
So it's a big finesse thing with this airplane. With any airplane as far as that's concerned. Even that plane right there.
And then look at this big guy.
He's finessing it, but he's doing the exact same thing we did. So we're going to slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down. And we're going to turn left. So he's operating off the same principles that we did to make this plane land. Okay? We go straight and then turn right. Then you're going to slow down a little bit more. I'm going to be with you on the controls. We're going to turn to the left. We look, make sure nobody's over there. Left brake, left pedal, a little bit of power to get it turned around. It's not much, just a little. Get the wheel straight. Alright, now we can get ready for shutdown. Brakes are set. We are not going to set the brake because we're going to go ahead and push this thing. 121.5. We got to verify the ELT silence. We got to listen to the emergency frequency. It happens to be 121.5. We can manually put it in, or with most Garmin's, you can push and hold this. Automatically goes to 121.5. It's quiet. That means there's no ELT going off. Avionics, turn off.